Hi, my name is Graham Tong. I'm a representative from Middlesex University in the north of London. I'm here in the Uniserv office in Nairobi in Kenya and wanted to tell you a little bit more about life in London. So I've got 5 reasons why you should study in London or you should come and visit London. First of all, it's massively multicultural. So as a student, you're going to get a fantastic multicultural experience. You're going to meet people from all different parts of the world. And get exposed to loads of different food, culture, art from all over the world, making your time in London a really valuable and great way to sort of develop and get a better understanding about how different cultures and different people from different parts of the world do things and work together with one another. My second reason is that London is a real cool, amazing mix of the historic and the modern. So like sort of all your traditional sort of images of London, like Buckingham Palace, Tower of London, London Bridge, that's obviously all true. We've got some really amazing like historic buildings and a load of awesome history to learn about, but it's also a really modern city, like the cutting edge of technology and innovation. So you can see some awesome new modern buildings like the Shard, down on London Bridge, and also down in the sort of City of London where the banking district is. Lots of new banking buildings in the finance district, and yeah, so London is a really cool mix of like the historic and the modern. The third reason is it's an amazing place for recreation as well, so sort of outside of the classroom. It's going to be a really awesome experience for you. So there's everything from loads of different sports. If you're interested in like football or rugby, tennis or cricket, athletics, we obviously have loads of different sports teams. Football teams, for example, in London, like Chelsea, Arsenal, Tottenham, West Ham, just to name a few, and some really famous sporting venues as well, such as Wembley. You've got the Olympic Stadium. And outside of football, there's obviously rugby with Twickenham Stadium as well. So it's a really great place if you want to watch and be involved in sports. Loads of different sports clubs. Whatever sport you wanted to be involved in, you can do that in London through your university or through a local club. As well as sport, as well on the recreation side, there's loads of great parks as well in London, so it's a really good place to relax and unwind between your studies. London is one of the greenest cities in the world. We have over 20 royal parks in London that you can go and sort of spend some time in and get outside of like the busy urban environment, so it's a great place to unwind as well. Lots of good shopping options as well if you're into obviously shopping, getting sort of things to do on a weekend. There's obviously some amazing shopping centres like Westfield Shopping Centre, which is in the east and west of London. There's obviously the really famous Oxford Circus that runs right through the middle, and there's loads of different shopping outlets you can go and spend some time in. My fourth reason, on a cultural level, is all to do with the art and museums that we have in London. There's loads of free museums in London, which is amazing. So they're free of charge, and you go to some of the best museums in the world, such as British Museum, Natural History Museum, the Science Museum. These are some of the best in the world, what they have to offer, and they're all free of charge. So I definitely suggest taking advantage of that when you're in the UK. There's loads of different arts and music, so culturally speaking, loads of different galleries to go to, again, which are free of charge. And then London's music scene is amazing, so whatever music you're into from whatever part of the world, you can go and sample that and enjoy that in London and get to understand London's awesome nightlife. There's also an incredible range of food. As I said, London's massively multicultural, so whatever food you wanted to sample, we have a huge range, right the way from like Brick Lane in the east of London, which is where the Bangladeshi community offer all their food, right up to in North London, a place called Kingsland Road, which is where all the Vietnamese restaurants are. So no matter what your interests or food you want to try, London has got everything for you. My fifth reason, really important as well, is the sort of job opportunities you'll find as a student in London. So much different internships and practical opportunities you can get. that your university will give you support with. So if you're looking for job opportunities whilst you're studying, London has loads to offer, and there'll be definitely something that your university can help you find whilst you're a student in London. In terms of different areas that you can go and explore in London, there's loads going on. Areas like the South Bank down on the Thames, which has got a whole range of like food markets and bars and restaurants for you to check out. It's a really good place to spend like an evening walking around on the Thames. Really good busy crowd, really good fun nightlife to be had there. I'd also suggest definitely checking out London's food markets. We've got loads of different options. There's like 20 or so different food markets in London to get loads of different produce from around the world, so that's really obviously great opportunity. One of the other great things about London is how easy it is to get around. So we have a really great transport system, so if you want to take the tube or bus or the train, and it's really cycle friendly as well. So the car is not king in London, definitely public transport is king. We really encourage you to walk around, explore the city, walk or take public transport or take a bicycle, and you can get around for a really low cost and get around really easily on the tube network. And every sort of few hundred yards there'll be a tube stop, so especially in central London it's really easy to get around and explore the city, and a really low cost as well. Students, whilst they're studying in London, will get 20% off their travel, 20-30% off their travel costs, so it'll make it much more affordable for students to get around and see a lot of the city in a really convenient way. Students also really worry, or possibly worry, about the costs of being in London, but I want to reassure people and make people, more people aware that it actually doesn't have to be expensive if you're smart with how you spend your money and how you spend your time in London. Like I said earlier, a lot of great arts and culture is free of charge in London. So museums are free, a lot of art galleries are free, you're getting the discounted rates on the transport networks, and a lot of the nightlife as well. If you're wanting to try London nightlife, a lot of the clubs or bars offer student rates, so it can actually be a lot cheaper than you probably feel it is. And if you plan well with your money, there's no reason why you can't do everything you want to do in London and not make it difficult for you to afford. One of the things I wanted to talk about as well is safety of London. I know that's a concern for many students and also maybe many parents as well, but I just want to reassure people, as someone who's lived in London for nearly 15 years now, I've never been a victim of crime at all, and I feel really safe any time of day walking around any part of town. So I really don't think you need to worry about the stories you may hear in the paper. They only make the paper because they are so rare and not the common experience for students. London is extremely international, and people from all different parts of the world are welcomed, and welcomed really warmly as well. You're going to be welcomed into a city that's used to people from all different walks of life, and really encourages that and sort of embraces that. So there's no reason whatsoever to worry about anything that you've seen on the news, such as terrorism or any sort of gang violence, anything like this. Like I said, it only really makes the news because it's so rare, so it shouldn't be something you would worry about. And as I say, I've never felt more safe than when I'm back home in London, any time of day, any part of the city.